Hello, and a very warm welcome to all the students of Europe Hotel School. I'm so pleased to have you with me today. In our industry, sustainability is a word we hear all the time. But what if I told you it's not just about being green? What if it's actually about being profitable? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how AI is completely changing the game for energy management in hotels, turning what's normally a huge expense into a powerful asset. Let's jump right in. All right, first things first, the net zero mandate. This really is the new standard in hospitality. You see, as hotels all over the world are pledging to hit these net zero targets, the whole playbook has changed. Seriously, it's not a niche interest anymore. It's a standard requirement, especially if you're building something new. And that means on-site renewable energy, like solar power, has gone from being a nice-to-have to an absolute must-have.
But here's the thing, and this is so important, it's not enough to just, bolt some solar panels onto the roof and call it a day. That's a start, for sure. But it's a strategy that leaves a ton of value and profit on the table. A ton. The real challenge and the real opportunity is all about optimization.
So that brings us to these hidden inefficiencies, and why your return on investment, your ROI, might be falling short. Look, to really squeeze every drop of value out of a sustainability investment, you have to understand this intricate dance between how much energy you're making and how much your hotel is actually using. Every single hotel has a different demand profile, right? And it's in that gap between what you generate and what you use, that's where the money just leaks away. And these frustrations, they are everywhere. We're talking about just guessing where to put the panels. We see energy just vanishing because of a shadow from a new building next door, or even from the hotel's own chimney. And maybe the worst part, equipment that fails without anyone noticing, or just perfectly good, clean energy potential going completely to waste. It's maddening. So the big question is, how do we get away from all that inefficient guesswork? Well, this is where things get really interesting. This is where AI steps in and becomes this absolutely essential tool for any modern hotel manager. It lets us manage these complex renewable assets, not with assumptions, but with scientific precision. And the core piece of tech here is something called a digital twin. Now, what is that? Just imagine creating a perfect virtual replica of your hotel's roof and everything around it, every tree, every nearby building, everything. This model is built using AI and this incredibly detailed LiDAR data. And the whole point? It lets us run these hyper-realistic simulations before we ever spend a single euro on physical hardware. And this is where the magic really happens. The digital twin is a total game changer. The AI literally analyzes all the complex shading patterns from buildings, trees, you name it, and it does this for the entire day, the entire year. What it spits out is the exact solar potential for every single square inch of the roof. Think about that. This means you know the absolute best spot for every single panel before you even buy one. So you can see, this just creates a totally new way of managing your energy assets. The old traditional approach, it's all based on guesswork and reacting to problems after they happen. The new AI-powered approach, it's all about data-driven precision and being proactive. So instead of waiting for a system to break down, you get an alert before it becomes a big problem. And instead of just hoping you're getting a good return on your investment, you have transparent, real-time data that proves it. Okay, so here's a look at how that real-time monitoring actually works. It's pretty straightforward, really. The AI platform is constantly comparing two key numbers. First, how much energy the system should be generating based on the current weather, that's the predicted output. And second, what it's actually generating. See that little gap between the two? That's immediately flagged as a performance discrepancy. Now, here's the brilliant part. The AI doesn't just tell you, hey, there's a problem. It tells you why. It can figure out if the issue is something as simple as a layer of dust on the panels that needs a quick cleaning, or if it's something more serious, like a failing inverter. This allows your maintenance team to intervene immediately and precisely, which minimizes downtime and, of course, lost revenue. And for any manager, especially for all of you trained at the Europe Hotel School, this is really the bottom line. You are going to be held accountable for the performance of your initiatives. This kind of transparency isn't just helpful, it is absolutely essential for proving the financial viability and return on investment of your sustainability projects to your stakeholders. Now, let's take it to the next level. We're going to talk about the self-consuming hotel.
This is really the most advanced application of this AI, where you're actively managing the energy you generate and store. This is what moves a hotel from being just a passive energy consumer to an intelligent, self-consuming entity. So many smart hotels are now pairing their solar panels with large battery systems. And the AI, it acts as the strategic brain for this entire system. It analyzes the hotel's historical energy usage patterns and, crucially, it watches the current utility weights to decide exactly when to store that solar energy in the batteries and when to deploy it into the building. So what does this daily strategy look like? It's simple and incredibly powerful. First, the AI charges the batteries with free solar energy all morning. Then it waits. It knows that at 5 p.m., for example, the hotel's energy demand is going to spike and electricity prices from the grid will be at their absolute peak. That is when it discharges the stored energy, allowing the hotel to avoid those high costs entirely. The result is pure profit. And all this brings us to a fundamental shift in thinking. By integrating AI with renewable energy, sustainability is no longer just a green initiative or a marketing tool. It becomes a core component of a modern, efficient, and highly profitable hotel operation. This is the future. So, the crucial takeaway is this. The outcome is a business that is better in every way. Your operations become more resilient, less dependent on a volatile energy grid. Your practices are genuinely more sustainable. And, most importantly for the business, you become far more profitable by turning a massive expense into a valuable asset. I want to leave you with this final thought. As you all move forward in your careers, remember that energy management is quickly becoming a key leadership competency. The technology isn't science fiction, it's here, right now. The question you should be asking yourselves is how are you going to leverage it to lead the next generation of smart, sustainable, and successful hotels?